guess being up on the Nine Club and just figure out a way to communicate with people while doing the show has been interesting. Luckily, Chris and Roger put that stuff together. But it was really cool to connect with my friends and also my favorite skaters and just kind of see how they're dealing with everything and kind of just put it in perspective of how I'm dealing with it. But, for the most part, I think that as a skateboarder, we all kind of found a weird way to enjoy this time and go explore, keep seeing these crazy, amazing skate videos coming out. And so that's really fun. And having the experience show to watch those videos and to talk about them is also a big relief too. Nightclub and talking with everyone through Zoom has been a really big therapy and relaxation to me dealing with all this stuff. Before the pandemic happened, I got really just super focused on trying to skate and trying to rehab my ankle and my hip. Right when COVID happened, I swear I felt like I just got slapped in the face by whatever just happened. I hurt my ankle again. I slammed on my tailbone and I could still, it's like numb on my tailbone, but I've learned to deal with it. And the pandemic happened. So when it came time, I could finally go out and exercise. And I found these routines that were really, I don't know. Wade Desarmo, I saw that he started to jump rope and I was like, oh, that's a cool thing to do. I never thought of that because I usually just go for a run. I saw the jump roping as an activity to maybe help my ankle. It was just like looking into skateboarding when you're a kid, just looking into a new world that you've never seen before. Yeah, it's just been cool to find something else other than skating. When skating hurts, it doesn't feel as comfortable as it does because of my injuries. I found something to kind of interact with my skating a little bit, I guess. So when I first got sponsored, I initially got sponsored by the shop called Jay's Board Shop, which is down in Laguna Hills where I'm from. It was right down the street from where I grew up. And, as a little kid, I grew up with, I had a lot of kids my age, but when I got sponsored by the skate shop, a lot of my friends that worked there and that became my friends that I skated with were older than me. Going to all these really cool skate spots. I remember going to Santa Monica Courthouse or the West LA Courthouse for the first time when I was 13, and then going to the Venice graffiti pits the same day, and being able to go to these places. But this group of guys that are still my friends to this day took care of me, and then they saw what I was doing. They saw some sort of talent coming from me, and when I was filming, I just showed them my footage, and I didn't even know what they were doing with it, but they showed Eli Gold Wheels my footage, and they hit him back. Was like, dude, I'm super down for Kelly. I'm down to get him some wheels. And I was like, holy, are you kidding me? Eli showing it to Troy Morgan and Troy Morgan at KO. When I got a call from him, I sent him the tape, he called me the exact next day, Troy Morgan. It was like, yo, come down and let's get you boards now. And that was the company I wanted to ride for. How it just led me to where I wanted to go. And I never even thought about it. I just dreamt about it. And then I'm just really glad to look back on it. And I'm just proud of it. So. Man, yeah, when I think the first tape I had made when I was 15, and I have all this footage on this tape right here that I found. I have this VHS tape. It has all my footage from when I was maybe 13 to maybe around 19 years old. And man, I made 4 tapes, but the first 3, the tapes weren't that good. But I talked to Shani, or I went to Shani's house and we were watching some sponsor me vids, and he had a whole box of them. And this is after I got on the team. And then I found my old tape. I was like, no way, you have it still. We put it in, and he had recorded a Mike Tyson fight over my sponsor me tape. And I was like, dude, what the hell? You just disregarded my footage and recorded a boxing match over it? I guess it's Mike Tyson. Fuck it, I get it. But you can't just expect it to work in the first try. You know, it's like skateboarding. You fall, you get up again, you keep trying until you land it. And I guess I landed at the end. I will say I was there, yeah, the hiatus, or like right. I remember finding out about the hiatus. I was in China with Justin Eldridge, and we were just skating. And I heard the news, and we're like, okay, what do we do? I think it was a good time for the brand to reset and kind of go back to its roots, because I think it had gotten so far away from what it originally like what it was. I mean, that company's special. The S is a very special company, and it means a lot to a lot of skateboarders. When you skate for S, or you represent S, it's almost like a certain style of the way that you skate to me. Like when people, the way they move on the skateboard, it's really important to me. Like when someone's like, if you want to get on the skate team, at least, you know, to me, Wade Desarmo is like maybe the perfect example in my, like, whatever, just someone that you watch him do anything and you're like mesmerized by how it was done, right? And it's more of like a Tom Penny thing. Like when you watch Tom Penny footage, especially from like back in the day, like, and you're just like mesmerized, right? And so to me, that's kind of what S represents. And I do believe that the shoes and the skaters like really they match. They you know, when a skater wears it, it matches their style of what the way they skate. Don Brown hit me up. He was like, "Yo, we're thinking about starting. We're gonna bring back S," and I was just down to help out. They weren't paying me or anything. I was just super down. I know it's hard for me to talk about. There's just so much to talk about with this because it's like such like a. It means so much to me, and the people behind it, those are skateboarders, and I don't think that most kids understand. I will say this: the coolest thing I've done out of all the years of skating is being able to work with actual skateboarders. The brands that I work with right now are all skateboarder owned. And when you actually have to, talk to people when they have to work with like corporate companies or whatever, it doesn't, like, you can't feel that same type of skateboarding and live it. So I'm like talking with Don Brown every day. Like, he's just a funny dude. He loves skateboarding, and we can talk about skateboarding and do it naturally. And I think that's what S is, just like a really core, good skate company where it's just skateboarders doing what they want. And I don't know how to explain it really, but that brand's not really based off money. It's based off love. And I think that's how the brand has grown. It's Pierre and Don were the ones that like I didn't realize that were shaping me to be a skater, how I love skateboarding. They made me love skateboarding even more along with the team. So it's crazy what someone else could do that you don't know back then that could like shape your, like, what you love. And I ever since I found skateboarding, I couldn't stop. And it's due to me being in, like, loving all these brands and these skaters. It's so crazy how it works out. But you just follow your heart, and next thing you know, I can't believe I'm working with them, you know? Well, getting Tom Penny back on S it just makes me smile, as you can see right now, is that like, that's like his home. That's when you think of Tom Penny, you just think of like, obviously his skateboarding, he's like individual himself, but like the clothes that he wore and the shoes that he wore, it like was such an impact on my generation. And I think it means a lot to people to see that, and it brings like warmth back to them, like a lot of love back to that time in skateboarding. So I think it just makes sense. And I'm like completely honored to even be on the same team as him, the company. And I guess you would say, I guess I'm the team manager for S, but I don't want to be like a team manager for him. Like, I just, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to tell him what to do, because that dude could do whatever he wants and still be the best skater alive. It was so cool to not have it be this like crazy production and like, hey guys, we need to go on this long trip and do all these things and whatever. It was just like, hey Tom, go have fun with your friend and film and do whatever you can, and we'll post it on social media. And that got word, and that got back. If it's him with the shoes on, like, To me, that's cool. I want to pay homage to the people that built the brand, like Tom Penny, and I want to work with a lot of other skaters from that were on the team back then as well. Like that's a big thing for me because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, and S wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them. But also, there's a new generation of skaters, like men and women, that are doing awesome things in skateboarding now. So I really want to like capture, work with the skaters that were there before and then the new skaters that are doing it now that all love S. S is a special brand design wise. I feel like I think the designers and having Pierre designing like the Excel and hearing about his stories about all the shoes he would design, a lot of brands don't have that. They don't have this like heritage thing, that most people wish they could have. I'm like, America S Etnies has a really, really strong heritage in skateboarding, and they have a lot to tap into. So it's really cool that S is tapping into that stuff. And I tell Pierre this, I'm like, yo, I know you're trying to design the future, but like you guys did that a long time ago, and those designs are still way ahead. So I love going back and pulling from the heritage that we have and kind of recreate. Like the Swift 1.5 is a great example of taking heritage, like the Ronnie Krager and like the Muska, little things from the Muska shoe, and integrating it to a newer silhouette, using our own heritage and making it more advanced and new, I guess you would say. So I think it's a special thing that S has. It's pretty incredible. It's funny, man. I have definitely asked about that. And what I've learned for all the years of being in Soltech now and like hearing the back end things of like how much it costs to make a sole and like the whatever, it costs a lot of money to make that stuff. And that's why sometimes you'll see shoes like the Scheme, and then we'll do like a shoe like the Silo, and it's like it has the same sole. And so basically we're like using the same soles that we made for other shoes. So like you can make more purpose of getting that sole made. So if we get like the Krieger made, that would be super sick. But with how small S is, I don't know if the brand would benefit from it other than really people being stoked on it. But I don't know if we would sell an insane amount of shoes to pay back that mold. I'm super proud to be a part of that. And Roger and Chris, like those, like the amount of work those two put into that show is unbelievable. Roger's a great cameraman, so he can, it's like the perfect storm, I guess you would say. But, we just want to celebrate skateboarding. And I remember as a kid being like, dude, that would be the coolest thing if there was a talk show, or just not even a talk show. I think this commemorating or like talking about things that would happen back in the day. Like I always wanted to know what happened at Pier 7, like back in the day, and everyone would, what it was like. And now I get to be a part of that discussion with these skaters that we have in the studio. And I trip out when I go places. I was just in Rome, and people are in Rome like, yo, I love the 9 Club. And I can't believe what it's turned into. And I'm just a huge fan of skateboarding. So I'm a skate nerd and I freak out. I love it so much. So it's just like, I feel like it's a guy's night when you just go and you hang out with your boys and drink some beers and just talk shit, whatever about. And it's like, that's what I feel like that show is. And it just became this thing. And I don't know. It's cool because I'm like, right before this call, I'm on the phone with Chris Roberts talking about other, like, I want to get this guest in. I'm just kind of letting you know what my schedule is and how we can schedule everything out. And because I schedule all the guests pretty much. And it's just like really cool to be on that end of things. And so I get the texting. I won't say who I was texting, but I'm texting future guests. And last thing, we just want to highlight the skaters. And so when we get, but you have like a Mike Vallely on the show, and you get to tell his story and just to like share with the world and like kind of let kids know what happened in skating and hear it from their mouth and not from a magazine, or it's just a really cool thing that I'm happy to be a part of. And um, I don't know. I'm sorry for laughing so much, everyone. I don't know. I don't. It's not like a nervous thing, but I just generally like to laugh because it kind of. I think it's better to laugh than not. So. Yeah, like you said, we kind of all do that with our skate shops. We all sit there, watch a video, and we all talk shit, what was good, what was bad. Like I said, we like to highlight skating, or especially I like to. So if there's something I don't like, I really just don't say anything about it, to be honest. But I really enjoy seeing these young skaters or older guys rip, girls, whoever, like doing their thing, and it's fun to watch. But Roger's such a skate nerd. It's insane how Roger watches every single video from anything that come out. I might miss things here and there, but that dude watches everything. So he'll put things on my radar and be like, wow, that was really dope. Like that person, I want to give that dude some shine, that girl some shine, because if we can help shine a little bit more to that one trick that person did, hell yeah, we want to help that out. Like that's, and the response I'll get from people is like, yo, thanks for the shout out. And they're like, yo, you did the work. Like I didn't do anything. I'm not saying it to make you happy. I just genuinely think that was dope to what you did. Since there's so much skate content coming out that like some things just get overshadowed and you don't hear about it. So if we could sit there and talk about like, yo, that was really special right there. Watch that, go back and watch that video. So yeah, I'm really happy to be a part of it. And to sit down with Jerron Wilson and Chris, Steezus, Justin Eldridge, like those guys are like my friends. It's just cool to watch skate videos and sit back with your friends and have a beer or coffee, whatever. So I had the milk in front of me for a while, and people gave me that crap for a while. It was pretty funny. I'll just say this is that I didn't really ever drink the milk, and I love fucking with all you guys on that, because I put the milk there and then I put beer right next to it just to fuck with you guys. And people were like, yo, what is he doing? And I really, so we did get paid by that milk, some milk company that paid us some money to have that milk in front of me. So yeah, they support us. I'll support you with some milk right there. Why not? But yeah, I don't know. It's fun to interact. It's so funny to me to do stuff on the show and then off camera interact with fans or people with that and asking questions. It's fun. It's all good. It's all love. S is a huge focus. Just, we're working on like a little video. Just, I don't want it to be Menikmati 2, even though it could be just as cool, I think, like whatever. I don't want it to be like that, but I really want to we're putting this video together with the squad that we have, and just more focusing on that and all the new shoes coming out, which are incredible. We have some really cool stuff coming, heritage wise and new stuff. 9 clubs, see that. And then I work for NHS, which is also like, mob grip tape and Ricta wheels, and working with Cairo Foster on that is incredible. Just like blown away. I'm so happy to be working with these brands and, doing videos with Mob and, rebranding and doing stuff with Ricta has been really, really cool. And we had some new team members to the squad, and we're adding more and working on, like, we have like, I'll just plug it just for why not, but like we have like new Ricta, like the speed rings and the new designs behind it. So it is kind of just working with the brands that I really, really care for. And I would love to film another video part. I only have like 2 guys I like to film with, and that's like my homie Spanish Mike and my homie Alex Walters. But he just likes to film me on the iPhone, and so I don't know. It's one of those 2. Cause like it's fun when you skate with your friends and they're down to film you, But if there's any filmers out there that want to film me, hit me up. I don't know.